All right, so we've completed our 501 section. We're sitting on our 501 branch right now, and we are ready to merge it to master. It all looks good, and we're ready to go. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and check our GitHub, look at where we're at with our GitHub, and we're going to go ahead and push our branch up to GitHub. So of course we'll do a git status to make sure that everything is still good, which it is, and then we'll go ahead and we'll do git push, and we want to push to our origin, of course, and then we want 501-0 because we're pushing this branch up, our 501-0, and we'll go ahead and hit enter. Put our username in and our password. And it's pushing up the 501. We just seen in the background that get refreshed and said has the 501 branch right now. It doesn't refresh this, so you end up having to go ahead and refresh anyway. And we can go and see that our 501 branch is pushed up in there now. Awesome. Let's switch that back to master. And now that we have that pushed up, now we want to go ahead and let's do a merge. And remember, when we switch to master, we have to switch to master to merge. When we switch to master, this will all go back to whatever is currently on the master branch. So let's go ahead and do git checkout master. And if we come and we refresh localhost again, we'll see that we're back where we were, just because we need to merge those changes back over at this point. So now that we checked it out, let's go ahead and do the merge. So git merge, and we're going to merge our 501-0 branch into our master branch. And so when we hit enter, we can see that really, of course, the only changes were in the index.html, and we can see that some lines were removed and some lines were added. If we come over to localhost and we empty cache, we can see that now this is part of our master branch. So let's go ahead and make sure everything came over well, which it did, which is great. At this point, we'll go ahead and take a look in our Dreamweaver, because we want to go and we want to update our manifest so that we can let people know what has happened and things like that. And I'm going to use this as an opportunity to actually give you an example. So I'm going to open readme with Dreamweaver. And we're going to see we've been keeping kind of slim manifests, and that's okay. We can continue to do that. I ask that you just put information in. I'm going to go ahead and paste in what I would put in my manifest if I were actually working real world. I would put in information that would be very specific to let people know what changes were made in that step. And as you'll see, I'll continue to do this throughout this project so that you can see. I'll also include links to resources that we've utilized and things of that nature. I'm going to go ahead and save my README file. You're welcome to read this on the GitHub or on the sample site to see everything that I've put in, but basically what I've done is I've covered everything that we changed inside the site, just so we have a running track record of it. Awesome. So now that we've updated our README file, we need to go and add and commit those changes to our master branch. So we'll do a git status, and we can see that we've modified our, so we'll go ahead and do a git add, git status again, and we can see that it was brought in. And then of course I'm going to go after my commit that I so often use because I like to stay consistent. So merge to 501 branch into master, we're preparing for push to production, and that is good as well. So at this point, we've added the README file, we've updated the README file, added it to the master, committed it to the master, and now we can just git push the master branch out to GitHub. So we're doing git push origin master, which is going to go out to GitHub. Of course, it wants my username and my password. Cans it all up, pushes it out to GitHub. Let's go take a look. We go out to GitHub. We can see that the commit has come into there, and that 501 branch master, right? And we can see that all of our information that we've placed inside our README file is now available down here, talking about step 501 and the branch itself. And the other thing, we can go out to GitHub Pages and take a look and refresh and see that those changes have been applied out here as well. It's really nice that GitHub provides this. It gives another point of checks and balances. Awesome. So we know that our GitHub pages are good and our master branch is good, and we have one last thing to do, which is to go ahead and update our production site. The way we do that, we go into Dreamweaver. We know we're on master. We're going to switch over to the file system. You can see that our files that were connected to our server, just highlight the top here, synchronize, and just do entire site. Put newer files, preview. And it's telling us that the only files that have changed, which makes sense, are these. To get ignore, we can just ignore. And so let's go ahead and push our index and our README up to our production site. And now we'll go do a production validation. So we're on production. We'll empty our cache. We can see that we've updated. And now what we want to do is really go through, test our different links, see if we get any errors. I like to do a variety of different clicks and testing just to make sure, and we can see that we're clean and we know we're good. So that completes our push to production. Awesome. See you in the next step. Next step will be 502.